Hey, what's going on, everybody? Movie Fam here. And yeah, got quite a double feature for you tonight. We're doing Killer Pad and Night of the Creeps. A little horror comedy thrown at you this time. So let's start it off. We're going to go with Killer Pad from 2008, directed by Mr. Robert Englund. I think it's his second fucking movie. I think he did 976 Evil and Nothing for decades, and then turned around and did Killer Pad. Killer Pad also features there's two people, and they're not even big stars. Like, I don't even remember their names. I just saw them in like a couple movies apiece, and that's it. One of them is, he was in the movie I reviewed not long ago called Monster Man, about the guy in a monster truck running a rampage and shit. Also kind of a horror comedy. But the main role I see him in, or I always recognize him for, is he was in Not Another Teen Movie. He was Ricky, the best friend who's hopelessly in love with the main girl but doesn't have a chance. That guy. And he's in this movie, and he's so famous. I will say, like, each character is different, but it's just, I can't take him seriously because to me he's still Ricky. His name's like Eric Jugman or some shit like that. And then the other one, Maya was the one that pointed him out, and it's sad I even remembered the movie, but from Mean Girls, he was like the fat gay one. He's fat and straight in this movie, so there's his acting range right there. I mean, he can play both sides. But they're the only two I recognize. No one else I really recognize except for Joey Lawrence playing Joey Lawrence. Yeah. This movie is flat out fucking ridiculous. The main story is these three guys coming from, somewhere in Illinois, and, I'm guessing it's probably a small town. And they're going to LA. They're all going to become big time filmmakers or movie stars or whatever, what have you. They're going to become famous. So they get out there, and it had Lin Shaye, pre-Insidious role, and before you knew who Lin Shaye was. And it's really weird because she had like this, like, she was clearly old, but she had like this burgundy type hairdo. It was just really like, oh shit. But she had a very small role, even though she has like opening title credits, because she's only in for one scene, and basically, they go to their apartment, and it turns out they have a no pets allowed thing, and they have a dog. So they go to a fortune teller of all things, and basically he or she hooks him up. It's a guy playing a girl. Bobby Lee's the actor. He's a comedian. I don't know any other movie he's been in, but he looks familiar. But I do recognize him from his stand-up. Anyways, directs him to this house. Like, she just happens to have a house for sale. Turns out, it has the portal to hell in the basement. Go figure, right? Anyways, that's the movie, is these guys in the house, and then they decide to throw a huge party. Look at us, Hollywood, we're here. And, meanwhile, demons and shit are popping up. This is going to be classified under, like, dumb comedy. Like, nothing's played straight here at all. Like, the characters are just, over the top, ridiculously dumb. Like, the whole time, you got this Spanish or Mexican landscape guy who's constantly yelling El Diablo. And the whole time they're just like, well, clearly that's a hot sauce, so this guy wants hot sauce. So it's stupid comedy. If you go into it expecting to be kind of like a, grounded in reality and, the humor be kind of relevant, it's not. It's completely over top, ridiculous. This is definitely a kind of movie that you would find, like, late night, like, maybe before the titty movies come on Cinemax, or maybe, like, when the titty movies are winding down. It'd be somewhere on that plan right there. Like a Wednesday night watch, when there's no titty movies on Wednesday night. It's one of those movies, like this late night, Cinemax, HBO, 2 o'clock in the morning block. That's where you'll find Killer Pad, I guarantee it. I actually liked it though. I'm a fan just because I do like that kind of humor. It's just stupid, but it's funny. Like, I find humor in it. Joey Lawrence is great because he shows up and then, I don't want to spoil it. It's funny though. I mean, it is a newer movie. Yes. Now, it is directed by Robert Englund. Now, whenever I watched 976 Evil. I did, and maybe because it was just, it was in the 80s, he was, heavily, in the middle of his Freddy stint, that it did almost have a Wes Craven feel to it. In my opinion. Now, I could be wrong, maybe you guys disagree or whatever. But this movie, has no style whatsoever. In fact, you could tell me right now that, in fact, Robert decided to take the day off, and they just brought, some mediocre TV director in to do the movie, and I would have said, yeah, it probably did. Because, it has no style. It's just really amateurish. And I thought 976 Evil actually had a sense of, directing style. It actually had a, he crafted that. It looked, good. This one, on the other hand, just doesn't at all. And that was really the big draw for me, was the fact that I saw him, he directed it. So I was like, all right, this is what I'm going to watch. Even hoping to kind of see him in a cameo, and it didn't happen. So I don't know much beyond this, what was the story behind it. I saw this actually on HBO, so and I was HBO on demand. I don't know, it may have came on 3 in the morning or some shit, but so I wouldn't mind actually maybe rent it sometime if I can find the DVD. See if they have some commentary. Just see if Mr. Freddy Krueger actually did put some thought into it, or if he was just kind of phoning it in, fuck it. You want me to direct it? Sure. We'll put my name on it. We'll sell 100 copies. It was just it was poorly directed, but I thought the story was funny. It was he didn't write it though, so he don't really get a whole lot of credit. He's not getting a whole lot of credit for me on this one. But no, I thought it was it was definitely it was funny. Bodies start piling up, and the guys are more concerned about getting laid that night than they see them. They clearly see the bodies. They know what's going on at this point, and they're just like, shit, this is gonna ruin the party. It's dumb, but that's what I like about it. So Killer Pad, it's not going to be for everybody. In fact, I'm sure if you don't like it, tell me. Let me know down below. That's the dumbest thing I ever saw. I've wasted, $3 renting it or whatever. But I for one, enjoyed it. I liked it. So we're going to go further back now. 86. I think it was 86. I didn't write it down. I should have wrote it down. Night of the Creeps. And this was actually recommended a long time ago by the 13th Wolfman. And I honestly just never came across it. I kept looking because if I can watch it for free, I will do that. But rarely have I actually gone on my way to buy a DVD to review when someone requests it. Usually I just put it on the list, and if I come across it, boom, I pick it up. And I'm usually pretty good about either owning it or, find it for free. But I couldn't find it for some reason. And luckily it was on Crackle, of all places, Crackle.com. So that's where I saw that. And this one, this has a huge following. I don't want to say cult following. I hate when people say cult following. Cult following implies it's not really a great movie, but it has an audience. Now, fuck that. It's a good movie. It's a really good movie. And basically, the premise is, in the very beginning, these aliens are chasing down this rogue alien on a ship. And he has some kind of experiment, he's got something. And basically, he launched this shit out and goes right to Earth. And basically, it's the slugs. And I won't say the slugs from Slither, just because I saw Slither first, even though Slither came out 20 years later. 20 years later. However, I know clearly Slither got a lot from this movie. But that's it. And basically, the slugs, they jump in your mouth, and they, what's the word? I'm so retarded. This will happen. You get out of school and just don't study for 10 plus years. You just get retarded. Incubate. I'm going to say incubate. That don't sound right, but I'm going to say it. Incubate, and they multiply, and then they burst out, and then more slugs. And that's just what they do. That's the whole thing right there. But the story itself, the characters it surrounds, is Rusty Griswold. I forget the character's name already. They all had, that was the gimmick was, I'm not saying gimmick, but all the main characters, their last names were taken from horror directors. And they used all the greats. No Hitchcock though. We'll just point about that. But anyways, but I don't remember the dude's name, so I'm just gonna call him Rusty Griswold. And that's the thing. That's another thing too. Actually, I'm watching it. And I try to stay off my phone when I'm watching a movie on a review because I want my full attention. And I saw this guy. I was like, "Who the fuck is he? He looks so familiar." And honestly, and I hate to even cheat like that sometimes. But it was taking my attention away from the movie. I was focusing on this kid. I was like, "Who is this guy?" Had to stop for a second, bust the phone out, and then sure enough, it's like, oh shit, Rusty Griswold from European Vacation. My least favorite Rusty Griswold period. But Like, fuck it, that's who he is, you know. And then at that point, he was just Rusty Griswold in the movie. Like I was like, that's Rusty. Fuck the character they wrote. Fuck the character name. That's Rusty right there. That's him. But it's him, and then his friend is a dude who's on. He's got crutches and shit. But the kid on crutches is like way more outgoing. Like, Rusty is just such a whiny bitch the entire fucking movie. And the crutch guy, he's not. Like, he's more, like I say, he's more lively and out there, you know. And I love that. I do like that dynamic for some reason. But anyway, so he meets his dream girl who's, you know, very popular. And, you know, it's typical 80s, like, you know, he goes into that teen comedy thing where he's like, you know, instead of just trying to talk to the girl, he's trying to impress her, so he tries to join a fraternity. Well, what happens is, the very beginning of the movie, you know, it looks a lot like the old 50s sci-fi B movies, you know, alien movies of that time. It's all shot in black and white, and of course, you know, it has that 50s feel, great 50s soundtrack and shit. Anyways, when the aliens first crashed, or when that fucking tube or whatever came down in the 50s, it jumps into, you know, this one person, and anyways, they freeze them, and fast forward to here, and then now they got it. Well, the whole prank is they have to find a dead body and prank, which I thought was kind of a fucked up prank. Like, what kind of prank is that? Like, maybe that's the difference between the 80s and now. Like, now it's just like, you're going to prison, but then I guess it's just funny for fraternities to snatch up corpses and drop them on the front lawn or whatever. But when they go to, you know, you see this, they find it, and they thaw, and then of course it comes to life, and it's, you know, reanimated or whatever. What we'll do the whole plot, because once again, this is a movie that I'm positive you guys have probably seen. I'm shocked I haven't seen it until now. Like, it is one of those movies that I've heard so much about forever. For fucking ever. And just for whatever reason, just never got around to it. I feel like I'm playing catch up right now. But I absolutely loved it. It has Tom Atkins from Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Everybody's favorite Halloween movie. And but he's great in this movie. Like, he's a hard-boiled fucking cop, you know. And in fact, he has a traumatic experience early on. And, you know, he's kind of carrying that with him. And I thought that was kind of neat. The big plus is this is a fun movie to watch. You know, you can't take it too seriously. The comedy's on par with the gore. Like I say, there's definitely a lot of, you know, splatter or whatever, but it's also got a lot of comedy as well. I mean, it's a fun balance there. Whereas in Killer Pad, there was no horror to be had. It was more straight comedy with some horror elements, pretty much. But this one has a nice balance. The acting was, you know, pretty decent for, you know, the genre. As much as I love, you know, my horror, let's face it, the acting's not always great there. Fucking watch any, you know, a lot of the Halloweens are bad, like, acting-wise. It's like Donald Pleasance is, you know, fucking come to work, he's soldiering through, and, like, you know, he has kids around who are just, like, not even giving a shit. Halloween 5, just watch that and tell me the acting is good. Seriously, tell me the acting is good in Halloween 5. Fuck you. But here, I mean, it's all pretty good. I dig it. I love I think his name's Brad. Like, the main, he's basically like every 80s fucking cliche jock, asshole, preppy, rich dick combined into one character. And he plays it perfectly. Like, I don't know, you just, like, I off the bat, like, I hate this guy. Like, he hasn't even opened his mouth yet, I hate this guy. And then sure enough, he's the dick, and you're just like, oh yeah, I was right to hate this guy. Alright, if I have any complaints, no, wait, let me stay on the pros for a second. I love the opening sequence. I love that entire black and white opening sequence. I love the whole... In fact, I thought the whole thing was going to be that way. Except I should have known better because the spaceship was colored or whatever. But I love the... it did have a great 50s vibe. And I kind of would have... I would have liked to have seen the whole movie take place in the 50s, I think. Because I think that would have been very interesting. I love the dialogue. Like, it's really cheesy, just, you know... I don't know. I can't replicate it. It was real. I love the you know, I love the look, the feel, the sound. I mean, it was the fucking 50s. I loved it. Cons. My biggest con, and maybe I'm just looking too deep. Maybe I'm nitpicking. Believe me, the Phantom nitpicks every now and then. But my biggest con of this movie was, okay, right off the bat, whenever it's a unimportant side character, dude, those slugs will jump from mouth to mouth instantly. Like, you just like look at somebody. It's like, hey, you know, instantly, fucking instantly. And then, like, whenever the main characters would tussle with him, it was literally like, the whole time it was like, dude, Rusty, you should be fucking dead right now. He's struggling with this, like, one zombie bitch on the ground. Her mouth's wide open, and he's just kind of, like, half turned to him. I'm like, no, that slug's going in. The slug's in your fucking mouth right now. And it never happened. Tom Atkins, he did the same thing. Like, he literally fucking, he's in there, shooting motherfuckers up or whatever. But it's like, they're all kind of around him. At any point, they could have easily shot a fucking slug in his mouth. And I'm just like, what? Are the slugs are these slugs new or can they not jump? What the fuck's going on? Another thing was, when, seeing Slither, they always went for the kill. The Slither slugs went in for the kill every fucking time, whereas these slugs were just randomly running around. The scene where they, when the corpse, the corpse of the axe murderer from the 50s, they shoot him down or whatever, and then slugs explode out of him. It's like, in Slither, they had a scene where they're in the barn, and fucking the bitch blows up, and slugs, and the 2 or 3 that survived because they covered their mouth and went down. Everybody else got fucking, infested or whatever. Here, they shoot the corpse or whatever, and then slugs are scattered around, but no slugs go for the kill. Not one. And this is going to be kind of a spoiler alert, but I'm sure you guys have already seen it. If you haven't, you can probably, I'm going to end it pretty quickly so you can probably just turn the video off. But the Crutches kid, he's in the bathroom stall. I'm like, dude, this kid survived longer than he should have. Seriously, was this amount of slugs in there? And he's in a regular stall. So there's literally, there's openings up here, there's openings down here. How had they not gone in there and got him yet? And there's a whole drawn out sequence of him, trying to get away, and they crop his leg. It's what the fuck? Are you for? They all know what the family. They went in his mouth. Either way, it don't matter. He should have been taken out early. And it's just especially because it's the scene where he's crawling, there's slugs bypassing him and shit. I'm like, are you fucking for real? How? But anyways, there you go. Now, the version I saw, apparently, I seen it with the alternate ending. I didn't, because usually I hit Wikipedia or IMDb immediately after I watch the movie just to kind of, just have something else to talk about or whatever. And they're talking about the alternate ending. And apparently, the original ending, I guess, had a dog that came out because they both end with the slugs are still around. Which I figured that. I was like, how did they think they killed all the slugs? There were a million of them. And there was even when they get to one person, they come out hundreds anyway. So it's you didn't stop this shit. But I guess you're led to believe no, maybe it did. I'm like, no bullshit. Not even movie logic. That's just no, you did not kill that many slugs. I'm sorry, you didn't kill that many zombies. No, that's it. There's still more out there. But I guess the original cut had the dog, one of the dogs or whatever that was infested. You see a slug pop out of his mouth or multiple, whatever. But the version I saw was you see the slugs enter the cemetery, which I guess you're to assume that they're going to start infesting the corpses. And then you see the alien spaceship come by. It's looking for, I guess, signs of this whatever, and then takes off or whatever. So, yeah, depending on what version you saw, I don't know, but I guess it's all the same except for the ending. So, I saw the alternate version. That's what they have on Crackle. So. But overall, big thumbs up. I was pleasantly surprised. I wasn't pleasantly surprised. I knew it was pretty good. But I'm more just shocked that I haven't seen it yet. I kicked myself in the ass for not watching this thing years ago when everybody else did. So now, but I've seen it and it was really good. So that's Killer Pad. Thumbs up. Once again, that is not for everybody. I'll tell you right now, I think my audience especially, 10% of you will like it. I don't know what 10% of 3 is, but it's not even a person. Part of somebody will kind of chuckle and that'd be it. Anyways, but I enjoyed it. Sorry, excuse me. And then Night of the Creeps. Look at that. Yeah, really enjoyed it. So, alright guys, that's all I got. This has been the Movie Fans Horror Review. And yeah, have a great weekend and I'll see you guys Monday.